Kingdom Rush Alliance is now out, everybody, which makes me wonder, can you beat Kingdom Rush Alliance only using Barracks? Rules are simple. Number 1, I can only use the free Barrack towers. As an alliance, you can use 2 different heroes at the same time. So the rule number 2 is that we can only use the free heroes. We get 4 of them. Alright, enough talk, let's just jump right into it. As soon as I heard about Alliance, I was just so hyped for it. The concept of Vez'nan joining forces with King Denas just blew my mind. Okay, first up we have the tutorial where they force you to go against the law. Yes, please. Let me build Barracks. And we have unlocked our first hero, Raelyn Shell Electron Peer Repulsion. Or just Vesper, I guess. Okay, let's just skip the tutorial, and here we are. Vez'nan is here to farm an alliance. So apparently there's some eyeball dude known as the Overseer who is a big threat to the kingdom. So Vez'nan offers a deal to the Linireans to form an alliance and find King Denas and put an end to this threat together. Alright, level 2. And this is where we unlock our second hero. So because this is an alliance between the Dark Army and Linirea, we get 2 Linirean heroes and 2 Dark Army heroes. Raelyn Shell Electron Per Repulsion and Groot are Linirean, and the Unrivaled and Pseudo Venom are from the Dark Army. Also, we begin with only 1 Barrack tower in the start. The Palladins, or Jackie Juniors. Oh hey, we got a Lion King reference in Kingdom Rush before GTA 6. This level was pretty easy except for these rats which become invisible for a while when they're blocked by Barracks. After an easy victory, we move on to level 3, the Heart of the Forest. And let me tell you that this is where my suffering begins. First we got Turtle Shamans who heal enemy units, and secondly we got Flying Frigs. And cherry on top, I have no one other than Vesper who can damage these flying enemies. The reinforcements cannot get the archery upgrade till the 4th level, so the only way we can damage them is by using Vesper or this tree here. And I'll be very honest here, Vesper sucks at killing them. It's probably because he's at a very low level, but still, come on my guy, at least kill some of them. I lost a ton of times on this one, but because of these failed attempts, my heroes were now at a higher level than before. So now with buffed up Vesper, I gave it yet another go. So this level has 2 waves, which consist solely of flying enemies. The 6th wave went somewhat smoothly as only 2 birds got away, which meant I still had 18 lives on me. Moving forward to the 9th wave, this is where the things went a little out of hand. The tree ability was real clutch here, but still, this wave cost me about 12 lives, which means for this final wave, we have to be very careful. And finally, we somehow made it. This was such a painful level. Okay, moving on to level 4, we've unlocked our 3rd hero, Groot. Also, now we finally have the reinforcements who can shoot arrows. Okay, I have to say, this level design is amazing. We're on top of some kind of tree, I guess, and it looks amazing. My favorite theme for levels in Kingdom Rush is definitely the jungle and foresty levels. Like, I still remember vividly that when Frontiers came out way back, I was just in love with the jungle levels. This level introduces Vipers who shoot poisonous arrows, but still, they don't have a lot of HP, so they're not that big of a problem. So Raelyn has a very powerful attack where she just obliterates a big chunk of health of an enemy by only hitting once, which is real clutch for these big bears. This level also introduces the Rotten Fang hyenas who eat people to heal themselves, and boy they make unsettling noises. This level went smoothly, so let's move on to level 5. For those who are wondering that when are we unlocking our 2nd Barrack tower, well, it's after the first boss. Yes, so till then, all we have are Jackie Juniors. Oh hey, the bear woke up. Why are you chopping trees? Stop, I thought you were good. Okay, the Flying Frigs have returned. I had no idea there would be so many of them. Okay, let's try again, this time with Vesper. Damn it, why are there so many? My god. Okay, we got arrows. Oh, this was clutch. Okay, reinforcements go here. So this part is under control for now. We have to worry about this one now. Come on, Vesper, please fully kill them. Stop damaging every single one of them, they will still cost me a life. Whoops, the reinforcements have left over there. Arrows, please. Oh, the wave, gimme. God, the last moment cooldown boost we just got from calling that early wave was such a lifesaver. Overall, this wave cost us about 11 lives, which is not that bad, I guess. Excuse me, why did I get 2 stars for that? 6 lives is straight up terrible. Was this always like this or they just changed it in Alliance? Let me know in the comments. Okay, moving on to our first boss level. So she is basically the mastermind behind the cult who are trying to summon the Overseer. Hey, we got Minecraft in Kingdom Rush before GTA 6. This level was an easy one. The last few waves did have a lot of enemies, but still, we reached the boss with no lives lost. His name is Gorgrind, and he was not a problem at all. So after retrieving the Sword of Lini, we advanced towards level 7, and we unlocked our second barrack tower, the Demon Pit. We followed the trails of the cult out of the forest and reached the bleak valley. The Demon Pit is an interesting barrack tower. They appear for a short time and have a very low HP, but they explode upon death, which deals damage to the nearby enemies and also leaves a burn on nearby enemy units. At first I was confused that it might be an artillery tower, but after looking it up on the wiki and asking a few friends, I learned that it was indeed a barrack. It is a very fun idea, to be honest. Good work, Ironhide. This level also introduces new flying enemies. Fantastic. The corrupted stalkers teleport forward when they are attacked, which is super annoying. Another new enemy we get in this level is the Twisted Sister. Sounds like my sister. They spawn nightmares. What is a nightmare? Well, a nightmare is basically a shadow that can only be damaged when blocked by a melee unit. I don't know about you guys, but Alliance reminds me of Kingdom Rush Origins. Origins is probably the prettiest games in terms of level designs, but with Alliance out, I think we have to reconsider that because boy, Alliance has some amazing levels. After some inconvenience with the flying enemies, stop teleporting! We finally make it to the next level. In this level, we get some extra help from these archers if we free them from these guys. This level is not a problem at all, so let's move on to level 9. We have unlocked our final hero, Grimson. Sadly, I'm never gonna use him in this playthrough. Wicked Crossing is indeed a wicked level. First, we got the Bound Nightmare, which is basically the buffed up version of the ordinary nightmare. Secondly, we get these shacklers who disable towers, but it's no problem because all I have are barracks. Take that, shackler. And finally, we get the cult abominations who devour people at low HP. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, Demogorgon. And if you didn't have the same thought, never talk to me again. After some slight miscalculations, we emerge victorious. I am losing my mind. Advancing to the next level, apparently the cult was collecting the red crystal earlier in order to make this ominous artifact. So we have to destroy it before moving forward. This level went crazy with the flying frigs. As if the corrupted stalkers weren't annoying enough, they made tame the stalkers and boy are they buffed up. The 11th wave was making me lose my mind. The instant cooldown upgrade on the arrows ability was real clutch here, but despite some extra luck, by the end of this wave we only had 6 lives left. Advancing towards level 11, which is our second boss level, the Canyon Plateau. This level has a giant portal from where emerges new flying enemies. My god. They stun player units and for some reason are extremely fast. Stop! After some real close calls, we finally made it to the final wave. And very unexpectedly, Sierra's calls in King Denas to stop us. I legit screamed when I saw this for the first time. I think when Vez'nan banished Denas at the end of Vengeance, he was captured by the cult. And they corrupted him and he is now a SQUID. We do get some extra help from Vez'nan who has 3 abilities. He can either spawn demons, prevent corrupted Denas from moving for a while, and hitting Sierra so she cannot spawn more enemy units. As we are distracted by the corrupted King Denas, Sierra gets an opportunity and escapes through the portal. Denas gets cured as soon as he holds the Sword of Lini and admits that he was wrong for not considering the Overseer as a threat before. The Linireans are happy to see their king alive, and so with an even stronger alliance, we enter the portal and reach the Overseer's dimension. And we've unlocked our third and final barrack tower, the Rocket Gunners. As the name suggests, they have guns, which means that they can deal ranged damage. Okay, so these guys are originally meant to be a flying barrack unit, but I think that would be against the barracks only challenge, so I just made a new rule, that we can only use the rocket gunners on ground. Throw those jetpacks off the cliff. This unknown dimension is very strange. It almost looks like Linirea. So my theory is that it is the upside down, an alternate dimension that mirrors our world. Because I feel like that this whole Overseer dimension is somewhat inspired from Stranger Things. We entered it through a portal, it mirrors the real world, we literally have Dustin and Eddie. A goated reference, by the way. And of course, a lot of tentacles. Throughout this dimension, we are constantly being watched by the Overseer. His glare not only stalks us, but also grants unique abilities to enemy units. Plus, it heals them as well. This level also introduces the wild spawners who spawn lesser eyes, which cannot be blocked by barracks. Anyways, let's move on to the next level, which is a twisted version of the Stormcloud Temple. This level introduces new enemies who spin at high speeds and cannot be blocked by barracks when affected by the glare, in addition to my suffering. And the evidence that supports that this is Stormcloud Temple is the Sunray Tower, except that it is now corrupted and is called the Dark Ray Tower. Moving on to my worst nightmare, the Corruption Valley, which is again a mirror of the Forsaken Valley. This level introduces the fresh behemoths, and oh my god, they have a lot of HP and deal a lot of damage. Vesper and Groot cannot kill them because the barracks cannot hold them for much longer, which makes it clear that it is impossible to beat this level without a melee hero. So I decided to replace Vesper with Raelyn, and even after doing so, it made no difference at all. I lost a lot. Just as I was about to quit the challenge, it occurred to me. Behemoths spawn when these small squidwars, aka the Glirelings, take a plunge in the corrupted bot, which means if I'm able to somehow prevent them from reaching the corrupted bot in the first place, I can manipulate the number of behemoths that spawn. So I used my reinforcements and power-ups to stop the Glirelings before they enter the bot. And this strategy worked wonders. But, the behemoths were not the only pain in Corruption Valley. Behold, the Evolving Scourge. At first, they are harmless ground enemies, but as soon as they are affected by the glare, they become big, bad, buffed up flying enemies. Anyways, a lot of suffering later, we finally made it through this hellhole. The trauma this level has given me is unexplainable in words. Advancing towards the Eyesore Tower, which is our third boss level, everything went smoothly, and soon enough we made it to the end of the level, where we finally take on Cirrus. And out of nowhere, King Denas jumps in, so now we can call in King Denas for some extra help instead of the reinforcements. The boss fight was very straightforward, and soon enough Cirrus was defeated. And as soon as we defeat her, the Overseer wakes up, and now it is time for the endgame. The Overseer sends Denas flying. Vez'nan tries to hold him, which buys us enough time to build towers. Okay, this looks hella sick. Now the Overseer is not like your ordinary bosses. The only possible way to damage it is by using ranged towers. Barracks cannot hit him, so I brought back Vesper in place of Raelyn. But of course, this was going to take a lot of time, and slowly we were getting low on lives. I only had 6 lives left when still it had a quarter of life left. It started to destroy my towers at its final phase. Just when the scourges were about to end me, the Overseer finally went down. King Denas lands on its head and ends it in style. And that's it. We beat kingdomrushalliance only using Barracks. This was such a roller coaster. Make sure to check out my other Barracks only challenges. Until next time.